Hey everybody, this is Grace with Yoni Grace, and I'm really excited to be doing this series of videos that I chose to do. I was actually going to do this as a paid webinar series, but then I decided that the information is so valuable and necessary for all women to have this to be as accessible as possible for them. So I decided to not charge and just do a webinar series on each chapter of my book, which is dun, 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 the Yoni Egg. How to use the Yoni Egg for sensual healing. Like that. Yeah. So this is my book. It took me 6 years to write this book. In my opinion, it is absolutely foundational to women's yoni egg journeys, the yoni journey, the yoni breathing journey, the yoni egg journey, specifically the yoni egg journey, because obviously it's going to teach you how to use the yoni egg step by step. A lot of these practices that are in the book are very hands-on. That's why I mentioned yoni breathing. If you follow my work, you know that I talk about yoni breathing a lot, and it is actually the introduction to my book, which is my personal story and how yoni breathing helped heal an eating disorder that I had. So I'm going to this is going to be the first video that I'm going to be really honing in on, every single chapter. So every chapter is going to get its own video. And I'm really excited. There's like 24 chapters in my book. So each video is also going to premiere a yoni egg. And in this case, how appropriate, but I'm going to be talking about the jade egg. You can see it right here. This is the nephrite jade egg. I want you to see the hole. Yeah, you can kind of see through the hole a little bit. Kind of. I have all the sizes right here, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. But jade is going to be the stone that I talk about first. So every video will cover the next sequential chapter that follows. So in this case, as the first video and the first chapter, I am going to be talking about what is a yoni egg. So the name of this chapter is What is a Yoni Egg? Part 1, the basics. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to be reading from my book, but I'm going to go over pretty much what I'm talking about in this chapter so that you can really understand what a yoni egg is. So a yoni egg is a vaginal crystal that's in the shape of an egg, such as, like what I showed you. Let me show you the medium. This is a nice bright green jade egg. So this is a yoni egg. This is specifically a jade egg, which is the stone jade. It's made out of jade, and so this one happens to be a medium, but I'll get into sizes later on as the videos progress. So a yoni egg is a vaginal gem that you insert inside of your vaginal canal for the point of two different reasons, okay? Physically strengthening the vaginal muscles. This is a weight at the end of the day, and yes, it is a crystal, which makes it different than a Benoit ball, which is like metal. This is living, breathing earth crust. Okay, as one of the people that I listen to, I love when he talks about crystals. He mentions them as living, breathing earth crust, and they are living, breathing earth crust. And that's how this is different than anything else that you'll be inserting inside of your body for the intention of, again, strengthening the vaginal muscles, because as this rests on the pelvic floor muscles and as you're walking and talking and laughing, it's moving around up inside of you, so it's stimulating the vaginal lining. Every single time you move any part of your body, it really comes back to your core, okay, which is where your womb is centralized. It is centralized as your core, your nucleus. This is going to be the apex, the center of your womb. It is sitting there, and every little movement, action, even feeling that you have, it's going to be reflecting it within the movement. So it's going to be very acrobatically swimming along inside of you as you talk, laugh, cough, connect, smile, smirk, blink an eye. It's going to be reflecting. Your egg's movement will be reflecting you. Okay? That's my dog in the background, so hopefully it won't be too distracting. But anyway, so that's a yoni egg, okay? The yoni egg is sensitizing your vaginal lining. Now, the other piece, because I mentioned that there's two pieces to this. So, yes, physical tone, all right? And I'll get more into that because that's a whole world in itself. But the other part of it is the energetic part of using the yoni egg. So, getting that energetic component from each of the crystals. Now, my store personally, yonigrace.com, only carries certified yoni eggs that are biologically compatible with using inside of your body, such as their natural mineral content. Each stone's natural, what you naturally find it as in nature, that mineral content is totally complementary to our body. So, for example, jade is mainly iron. It has magnesium in it too, but these are basically things that you can wear inside that are not going to cause you any problems. Okay, that's why actually it's so heavy. That's why jade is so heavy. It's because it's mainly iron, nephrite jade specifically. So this does help to tone the muscles, but the energetic part of it is that this stone correlates to different chakras in the body. For jade, the heart and the root. Very grounding stone, very nurturing, very solid, very soothing. Um, it absorbs heat. Jade is used specifically for the absorption of heat, or it was traditionally used to help absorb the heat in a woman's body so that her cycles could be more manageable. Because, as you know, we go through ovulation, we go through our menstruation, we go through the wanting, the waxing. We have all of these cycles that really, this is what makes us a woman, is that we're very connected to our environment. We are connected to the other planes, the other dimensions. We are feeling a lot. We are extrasensory, as women. We have that womb that is literally water. It's an open space, and it has the ability to contract and expand, and it creates all of these vibrations in our body that is our core, like I was talking about. And so the yoni egg essentially is helping you to connect with these contractions, expansions, and cyclical cycles, how redundant, but that makes us who we are, the conscious, living, breathing, beautiful beings that we are, that makes us a woman. The yoni egg is going to help you to keep in touch with that. So it's going to wake you up pretty much and feel. And yes, you will start feeling from your core. So if you are used to avoiding your feelings, this is going to be a wake-up call. Okay, so everyone's like, oh my God, am I going to start feeling a lot and crying all the time? And I'm like, no, not necessarily. But if that's what's going to get your attention, then that may be what happens. But this is a beautiful practice. This practice, the last thing I'm going to leave with that I did touch upon in the second half of this chapter is vaginal orgasm. A lot of women are clitorally sensitive. The clitoris is known as the female penis. Okay, if you knew or you didn't know that, it is identical to a penis in the sense that it gets hard when it's aroused. It'll actually grow. The blood will bulge in the bulb of the clitoral head, and it'll get bigger, and it'll get really sensitive, and it'll get really horny, and it'll get like you need to rub it, and all of that. And you don't need to be emotionally connected to whoever you're with to have a clitoral orgasm. It's purely based on physical stimulation. Okay. Vaginal orgasm, on the other hand, and this is what ties it into the yoni egg, is that the yoni egg is going to be sensitizing the vaginal canal for vaginal orgasm, for connection, for that neurological connection, okay, that a lot of us are just desensitized to, and we can't really fully connect to our partner, and we are therefore not coming with them, experiencing this one this one connection, this one embodiment, that is the yoni and the penis, okay? And if you're in a bisexual or you're in a gay relationship, I've had lots of women, we sell to all kinds of women, okay? So doesn't matter who is entering your body, there's going to be a full-on connection, pull, and it's there, and you can feel it. That's the strength of the pussy gripping and pulling, and again, those contractions really kind of sucking and creating what's called a negative pressure effect, which is that power suction effect. Okay, yes, you will get that inevitably with daily practice of the yoni egg. And there are a few times of the month, specifically the menstrual cycle and another cycle that I'll leave for another video, where you don't use your yoni egg. But that's beyond what is covered in this chapter for now. So I'm going to end this video here and recap. Chapter 1, how to use the yoni egg. Vaginal gem in the shape of an egg for vaginal toning and sensitizing the energetic neuro openings that are waiting to be. I'm here. I'm here. I can feel. Please let me communicate to you what I'm feeling. Ooh. Yeah, that energetic side will be wide open. So yeah, I hope that this makes sense. Chapter 1. I'm gonna make these videos as formal yet as informal as possible, so it's just like conversational, and we can have a good time chit-chatting about the yoni egg. So I'll be sharing more information about myself and my own personal journey with the yoni egg because I have been using them for going on 7 years, maybe like 6.5 years, and I'm very grateful for this practice. I dedicated my entire life to talking about the yoni egg and the benefits of using yoni eggs. I've talked to tens of thousands of women. I've conducted all kinds of focus groups, workshops, circles, classes, conference calls, daily conference calls, weekly conference calls, group conference calls. I've talked to lots of you, emails, testimonials. Wow, we get so many. Thank you. Yonigrace.com is where you can get our certified yoni eggs. And I'll see you in the next chapter. I'll leave it here for now. Mwah. See you in the next chapter.